Hello.
Hi. So have you gotten your test score back yet?
Oh, are they up? No, I haven't looked.
Some of them are up. I think he's graded 6 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't looked yet. I might be up. How'd you do?
I got an A minus.
Okay. Last group quiz.
2.
Yeah, I don't have a score for my exam 3 yet.
Mm.
Do you remember what your answer was on that one with like it was the like the S one, like taking the length or whatever?
Oh. Yeah, it was like the first part of it I got like um S of t equals like 8t, and then I got like t equals s over 8,
Yeah, I think I got
and
10
then
and then 10 over A.
I don't remember what the last part was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys.
You survived the test. Did everybody survive the test?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barely?
suppose.
Yeah. It was brutal. It kicked my butt, but it's all good, I guess. When's the so is exam 4 next week then?
Probably.
Yeah, exam
Okay.
4 is next week, and then the final is the week
Week
after.
after. Gotcha. Well, that'll be nice to be able to take home a test. Maybe I'll get a good grade on at least one. Okay. Okay.
I'm almost done on week. Uh, I'm almost done with like the homework for tonight, but I haven't finished it all. I have like
For tonight?
yeah, I have like two more problems or something.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either. It's all good.
I have been like struggling so much to keep up with this class. Like I still haven't gotten lesson 2 done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like I had
I
to
wasn't
tell
able.
him to reopen it for me, and I just
I don't know if they'll reopen it for me. I haven't. I just didn't email. Them. I was like, I don't think they will. Like it's because I didn't finish those either. And yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy. The triangle bounded.
Y'all already have the group quiz open.
Yeah, I just pulled. Okay, and 3x. Okay, perfect. From the curve makes C. Solve for Z. Okay.
Aiden, do you want anything from breakfast?
So the area of the surface, was that the one where it's just the double integral of the cross product? Or the length of the cross product?
I thought that this one was just the double integral of all for Z.
And don't you have to take the partials first before you? Oh,
I don't know.
those are your bounds, right? Aren't the? I think that's what it is. Let me look here. How did I do this? From 0 to 3x and 0 to 3. Oh, you plug in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 0 to 3. 0 to 3x. Square root.
Holy cow.
So how is y'all's integral set up?
Well, I think the way I did it was wrong because I got a negative answer.
Is it
What is he barking at?
dy dx? Let's try that.
I'm just having trouble remembering like which way to set it up. Like, honestly.
Yeah, you have to take the partial, get that vector grade or the gradient of f, or it's the magnitude of the gradient of f.
Okay, so let's go square. Yeah. So and I double checked. So I had kind of written down my notes, but I always take notes and then I come back to them like a week later and they don't make any sense. So I looked on Chegg as well, and yeah, so what they do is you solve for Z, and then you take the partial with regards to X and the partial with regards to Y. So for me, I got the partial. I got X and then -3, and then what they do is you basically what you would do is you just plug in your values, and take the magnitude of those values. Is essentially what you do. So you do the square. So I took the square root of x squared plus 3 squared, and then they have 1 dA, which would just be. So I have x squared plus 3 squared plus 1. So I got x squared. I got the square root of x squared plus 10. And that's like,
I will. Right.
is that what
back.
you got?
My.
Well, that's not my final answer, but that's just what I'm integrating, I guess. So let's I'm gonna try and see if I get anything that sounds right. So that could, well, maybe. So, so I get 19 square root of 19 minus 10 square root of 10. Now, don't know if that's right, but that's what I got. Have you tried solving it yet, Sawyer?
Yeah, give me one second. Oh, okay. So yeah.
What's up, Brady? Oh, he didn't hear me. Okay.
What did you get for the first part of your integral?
What was that, Sawyer?
What did you get for the first part of your integral?
Like the first half of the double, or just like what like I'm integrating?
Just the first half of the double.
So I got from 0 to 3. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
And then from 0 to 3x is for the second one. And then I got the square root of x squared plus 10
Right.
dy dx.
Okay, and what did you get for the dy?
The dy.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull that back up. Oh my gosh. So for the dy, I got 3x square root of x squared plus 10.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you'd integrate all of that from 0 to 3.
Yeah.
So where does the 2 go? Like, because like originally didn't you have like the square root of 4x squared plus 40 in the square root?
4x squared plus 40.
Yeah, like when
Jessica, what are your numbers for your original function?
x squared minus 6y minus 2z.
Oh, I guess you did get the same one.
Like, because like when I did the partial vector thingy and I got 2x and negative 6 and negative 2, and then I took the magnitude of that, so that gave me 4x squared plus 40. And like if you take a 2 out, that will give you the x squared plus 10 in the square root.
Okay.
But like, I'm just wondering where the 2 goes, because like on my notes for the homework for lesson 1, like I also got like a 2 on the outside of the square root, but I just like didn't put it in my integral.
Right. Well, and that's the thing that's weird is
What?
so when they take the magnitude for the when they're this is on Chegg. I'm reading their notes because my notes I got something. I have a completely different formula on Chegg.
Okay.
It's showing that they're taking the square root of the partial of in x, the partial of y, and then they just have a +1 there. I don't know why they do that.
That was because you solve for z. That's what happens when you solve for one of the
Okay, so maybe that's the reason then, because you solve for z and then you take the partial of that equation with regards to x and the partial of that equation with regards to y.
Yeah.
And so I got x and then -3, and then I just plug into that formula that Chegg has. So they have that. So the square root of I had the square root of x squared plus -3 squared plus 1. And then so add all those up, I get x squared plus 10. So I don't. Again, that could be 100% wrong. That's what
I think that's right. I'm just confused as to like on my kind of formula thing, like what it's doing.
Right.
Which one y'all working on?
It's the first one.
Number 1.
What's your equation, Brady? Just make sure. I guess we're all the same equation.
X squared minus 6y minus 2z equals 0.
Perfect. Okay, good deal. And then you have x equals 3, y equals 0, and y equals 3x.
Yep.
Okay. Good deal. So I think. So Sawyer, what was your explanation for that? Like, why would they have the 1 there? Just the +1?
It's whenever you're here. I actually have it in my notes. I don't know if it's gonna work. All right, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Yeah, I got terrified for a second. Oh, no, it's not gonna work. Maybe.
Nope,
Why is
too
this so
close.
There you go. It's like I don't know if you can see it. It's right where my pointer finger is, but he had written it in the notes where it was so surface area. Surface area is equal to the cross product of RU RV, du dv, which is equal to like if you solve for z, for instance, like we did, that's going to be equal to the partial of f with respect to x squared, or the square root of the partial of f with respect to x plus the partial of f with respect to y squared plus 1.
Oh, so you have that formula then as well. Okay.
And so it just interchanged. Like if for the equation you solve for y, and it was the same thing. It was just that instead of the partials with respect to x and y, it's the partials with respect to x and z plus 1 for y and dy or dx dz.
I got you. So did you get the same thing then, Sawyer?
Yeah, I did.
19 square root of 19 minus 10 square root of 10. Okay.
That's what I got when I took out my 2.
Okay.
We're so cool.
Sweet. Brady, do you have that down then as well? I don't know. We kind of rushed through that one, but
No, number 1, what was it?
so we got 19 square root of 19 minus 10 square root of 10. And the formula, so I had some weird formula written down in my notes, but the formula that Chegg has is the same one that Sawyer had written down, where you solve for z originally, then you take the partial with regards to x and y, and then you basically just plug those into the formula. And then your integrals are from 0 to 3 and 0 to 3x, which is given to you. So pretty straightforward after that. It's just, I guess, knowing the formula. I don't know.
Have you guys got all the homework done?
I have 2 more problems to do.
I haven't done hardly any of it, even Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, I didn't finish Tuesday, so that didn't happen.
I just looked at studying for the test instead.
Yeah. Oh, that test, yeah. Anyways, that was brutal. Okay, let's go. Number 2. Surface integral of the field F across the portion of the sphere. First octant. Oh gosh, this one's brutal.
I have a problem almost the exact same on the homework I was doing.
On your notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like these look familiar.
Talking it down too much. Everybody, all over the world.
Okay, first octant.
Come on, kitty. Come on. Okay, fine. Stay in there. I'll come back in a few minutes.
What happened?
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I got him out.
I think I got pi a cubed over 3 for my answer. I don't know if you guys want to check me on that.
Regards to X.
I could have totally butchered it. That's totally a possibility, and I won't take offense if you say I did.
So what did you say, Sawyer?
Pi a cubed over 3.
I cubed over 3.
Possible I got it wrong though.
How do you even start this one?
This one is where so you have to take the gradient of your x squared plus y squared plus z squared equation, and then
Okay.
you're gonna and then you take the length of that. So
The what?
You're gonna take the length of that equation, or like when you put it, you do the square root of everything squared to find its like.
Oh, the magnitude?
Thank you. There you go. Yep. So yeah, you do that and you set the gradient over the magnitude, and that'll give you like x over a. That'll give you the normal vector to the plane, which is x over a, y over a, and z over a, right? A little vector parenthesis things. And then you're gonna dot that with your original, with your other equation, the f equals 2zk, which is technically right. If you wrote that out as a vector, the f equation, that would be
f equals the parentheses 0, 0, 2z, in the other bracket. And so you dot those together. So the x and y parts are going to zero out when you dot those, but then the z over a is going to be multiplied by the 2z.
Okay, so I got to the part where we take the magnitude of the gradient.
Yeah.
And then what do you do after that?
You put the gradient over its magnitude, like over itself.
Oh. Okay.
And so that should give you like x, y, and z over a, basically, because you have 2x, 2y, 2z over 2a, right?
Yeah.
And so these will cancel out, and so you'll get x over a, y over a, and z over a. I write everything down in vector form, by the way. Like I hate writing as the IJK thing. Like this is my brain. I can't do that. So
Then you dot that with the f vector?
yeah, with the f vector, which, so the x and y is going to zero out, right?
Right.
So you're just going to have 2z squared over a.
Okay.
So the integral we're going to be taking, the formula for it is the double integral of f dot n, right? What we just did, because the normal vector is that was the whole x over a, y over a, z over a, right? So it's a double integral of f dot n, and then the gradient multiplied by the gradient of g, or the gradient of that equation over the magnitude of the gradient. EA. And so, I don't know how to like show you these things. The thing is stupid. Yeah. You see it? Like that's the equation.
So what's g?
So the g, that was just the gradient that you took. Like that's the other equation. That's just what I'm naming.
Oh.
The x squared, y squared plus z squared. That's what you got. So you're using that. Where's that? I'll write here. I'm gonna try to write this like really big. I don't know if you can see that. But
yeah.
So where's my pencil? Oh, there it is. So 2z squared over a, and then 2z over 2a. The 2's are going to cancel. These guys are going to, or the, yeah, the a and the, where am I? What in the world? Did I write that wrong? I wrote that wrong. Hold on. Hold on. I switched that up. It's supposed to be 2a over 2z. Okay. Perfect. So now your a's will cancel, and your z's will cancel.
So how did you get that second part of the equation?
Oh yeah. So when we took the gradient, right, and then you took the length of it. So the gradient was 2x, 2y, 2z, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you take the length, the magnitude of that, I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying like. We take the magnitude.
Yeah. So I get the 2z squared over a, but isn't there like a second fraction there?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that second,
okay.
So that section fraction is your yeah, it's the magnitude of the gradient over the gradient itself. I think is the right way to say it. I think I switched those. So like if you took the magnitude of the gradient like we did earlier, like that's how it's written out, right? Like 2 times the square root, because there's 2 in there on each one of those, so you can factor out.
Uh-huh.
Hang on, I'm sorry. I'm skipping steps and it's not helping. It's just confusing. Here. Gradient plus y. 4y squared, 4 z squared. It's like that's what you write it out, right? As it's you're gonna square each component. So you have two.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can you factor out a 2 from that, right? Because there's a 4 on
Right.
each. Okay, so you factor out a 2 in front. So you have a 2 in front times the square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Well, x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals a squared, right?
Right.
You can substitute that in, and then the square root of a squared is a. So really, the magnitude of the gradient of g is just 2a. And so
hmm
when you set that over the gradient itself, or the
Goes outward over A.
hang on.
Or that just gives you.
That gives you the magnitude. I need to find the because I think I'm writing it wrong. Like I'm writing down the equation wrong. I know how to. Oh my gosh! Hang on. This is the problem right here. There it is. There it is. Okay, I found it. I'm sorry for taking so long.
Oh, the magnitude of G over G.
Hang on. You kind of yeah. So it's the magnitude of the gradient of g. Yeah, magnitude of gradient of g over the gradient of g. See, I don't know if you remember. This was in like the examples in the homework. The gradient of g dotted with p. And p was like the third vector, right? It's like what vector is going to be normal to the gradient, and that's going to be like the z-axis, which is like basically just 1k. So if you like dotted those together with your original original gradient of g, which was the 2x, 2y, 2z, the x and z or the x and y's are going to zero out, and you're just going to be left with 2z. So it's going to be 2a over 2z, which cancels everything out. I can't. I really want to like write this down and show you guys because it makes sense. Like, I'm sorry.
So you got 8 pi a cubed over 3.
I got pi a cubed over 3. Just pi a cubed over 3.
Oh, man, I'm missing something somewhere. Hold on.
So is your equation? Wow, that's not. X squared z squared equals a squared.
Hang on, say it again.
What is your sphere?
X squared plus y squared equals z, or x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals a squared.
And what is your field?
2z.
Okay, so I get 4/3 pi a cubed.
Okay.
What do you have for your final integral for the flux?
The final one I have is let's see. It's 2 times the double integral of r square root of a squared minus r squared dr d theta.
Okay. Your bounds are 0 to
My bounds are 0 to pi halves and then 0 to a. This is in the first octant, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me try here. I can try not to do it again. I'm sorry I'm so terrible at explaining. My brain is starting to get a little fried.
You're good.
Okay.
You said you got 4 pi a cubed over 6?
I was doing it. I didn't read the question, so I was just following one from my homework where it wasn't in the first octant. It was like away from. Anyways, mine's wrong. Just
Oh,
so yeah. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do it again.
That can be wrong.
um. So Jessica, the equation, just so you know, it's so the correct way. I'm gonna write it out the correct way, very largely, because I think I found it. Okay, so this
Okay.
this is how they write it in the homework.
Yeah. So if I get homework, I get pi a cubed over 3.
Yes. Winning. And so Jessica, that was the double integral of f dot n times the gradient of g, or the magnitude of the gradient of g over the gradient of g dotted with p. And p is just the vector that's going to be what is it, Brady?
Not normal, is it?
Yes, is that the word I was looking for? I think that might be the word I'm looking for. Normal to the gradient. I think that might be what I'm thinking of. I can't open the if like it is open. That's the only problem.
So what is P?
So P. Hang on, I think I have it written down somewhere.
So P is that 0.
So P is normal to the to the projection surface, like the XY plane. So that's going to be the Z axis.
Oh.
That's what I was looking for. So yeah, that's why it's going to be, so P is going to be like 0, 0, 1 as far as a vector field goes, right?
Mhm.
And so the gradient, when you multiply the gradient by that, the X and Y is going to cancel out. You're just going to be left with whatever was in the K location, which is why it's 2A over 2Z, because 2Z is the only thing left on the bottom.
Okay.
Science.
Okay.
I'm sorry about being so bad at explaining that. I really apologize. It took
No,
way
you're
too much
good.
time.
You're good, man. Yeah, these ones frustrate me, and the next one's not any easier.
I don't like these.
Yeah.
This is the homework that I'm finishing right now. I think I'm on like 7 or 6.
Yeah, this is where I stopped. I was like, oh, okay, Stokes, I'm out. No,
So did
I'm not messing with
you
this.
decide after for 2?
Oh, I think it was. I think Brady and I both got pi a cubed over 3.
Yeah, and I
that right?
recall
Okay.
it took me like 5 times, but that's what I got too. So I don't know.
Okay.
Just so you guys, so I don't know, just so you guys know, there's actually a pattern with problems like that. It's always going to be pi a cubed over 6 times whatever number you have outside of the double integral at the beginning.
Oh,
So
really?
for instance, yeah. So for instance, I had 2 outside of the double integral at the beginning, like outside of I had 2 times the double integral of r square root of a squared minus r squared dr d theta.
Right.
And so if you multiply that in, it's pi a cubed over 6. That's going to reduce down to pi a cubed over 3.
That makes sense.
But there's a pattern of that in the thing, in the example in the homework.
thing. So on the double integral, when you do, like when you reduce your fractions and stuff, do you get the double integral of 2z?
Yes.
And then how do you change that to, like, do you change z to spherical coordinates or cylindrical coordinates?
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have you have the double integral of 2z dA, right? And so what you want to do is z is equal to the square root of a squared minus x squared minus y squared,
Mhm.
right? Well, minus x
Right.
squared minus y squared is really just negative r squared. So that's your conversion right there over to coordinates. So you can convert it over to you can input the square root of a squared minus r squared in for z, and then take out the 2 in front of the double integral. So you'll get 2 times the double integral of, and then dA is dx dy. But again, you're going to change that to spherical coordinates. So you're going to get r dr d theta, or
Okay.
r times, it's just easier for me to put the r in front of the square root. So r times the square root of a squared minus r squared dr d theta.
Wait, where did the square root come from?
The square. So if you just solve for z in the original, yeah. And since you know you're trying to go, there's a way that it says where it says it's going like away from the center of origin or whatever. That's how you know to choose like the positive square root. I believe is kind of how it described it. It's like something where like depending on the direction it's going, you can know which square root you choose. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I totally just brain farted. What are we doing? What?
The Stokes theorem one.
Is this where you take r, like the derivative of r with respect to r and derivative of r with respect to theta? Or no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
And you like input the things back into the f equation to make them all spherical and you go crazy.
Wouldn't you have to cross cross one and two?
Yeah. You got a cross product. Whoa. Yeah, in the normal is going to be equal to r sub r cross product with r sub theta divided over the magnitude of that cross product. Yes. Okay. Hey, what did you guys get when you did like the cross product of the gradient with f? Like the dx, dy, dz over cross product with x squared y, 5y cubed z, and z 2z.
So wait, so you're getting so you cross it with the original then?
Yeah, so I do like dx, dy, and dz, or d over dx, d over dy,
Right, the partials of each of those.
Yeah, I do those. I do that as a vector, and I cross that with the original vector first. I just do that one first.
Okay.
Two,
So you get 2
So when I did
Mike. Okay, gotcha. That's what I did wrong.
and then you also have to take the partial of the R equation with respect to. I'm running out of room.
So is the answer going to be a vector or a scalar?
Isn't it a scalar?
It's a scalar.
I think.
Are we talking about the final answer?
Yeah, the final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just looking at the one in the homework, trying to see how to do it. And like
Okay.
the example, the answer was like pi over 4.
Okay.
So, I don't know if I'm doing this.
I don't know. The example in the homework makes no sense.
I think. Is this one of the ones where you're supposed to like input? What is it? There's one of the homework problems where like you do what we're doing right now, kind of, but you like input like the R equation, you input that back into the F equation. So like you input like the I, J, and K vector, or like the X, Y, and Z components back into like the F thing, and then you do it, like, and then you do your cross product and everything. But that doesn't make any sense because you can do that. Because my dot product before I do the integral, it still has like y's and y's and x's in it. Does y'all? I don't know. Maybe I'm showing this.
Maybe I'll.
Like my one from the homework, it like only has like r's and thetas in it. Like before I start my double integral. But this one is having like has x and y's in it. So I can't just do like a d theta, dr integral.
Right.
Are you
Which
guys getting
homework
it too?
number are you
Or is it
looking
just-
at?
I'm looking at 4 right now, I think.
5.
Oh, 5. Oh, I found a way to solve that really quickly in the homework. Oh, what did I do? Dang it. There was a relation to like the numbers that you had and like the answer at the very end.
I can't follow their work.
So sadly, I didn't write anything down for number 5 because there was some pattern that I saw and I got the right I found it without having to do any of the work. Lols. Which is why you're not supposed to do that, guys. Oh.
You could sit there and ask for an equation over and over again and see if you can get this one to come up.
That works too.
Like if I could just, I literally actually, it's the problem I had is like really similar to the one we have. There's only a slight number difference. If I could see my answer from that, I could tell you what it is. Holy cow!
So after you take the cross product, the gradient one with something.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Once you cross the gradient with the function, are you supposed to dot it with something?
Yes. You're supposed to dot it with the. You're supposed to dot it with So you take the R equation that you have. Take the partial of that with respect to R and the partial of that with respect to theta, and then you do a cross product of those, and then you divide that by its own magnitude. And you dot that with your gradient and function cross product. But so the problem that I'm getting is that there's still X's and Y's in that dot product. There's not supposed to be.
Right.
I didn't work out the problem because I saw a little cheap way and I took it. And now I don't have any money. And I don't think this doesn't let you like open any homework while you have something else open, does it?
I don't think so.
If you do it in a different tab. I've got mine open.
Your homework?
Yeah. So I could tell you which one I got, and I just barely got the right answer on the one in the homework.
Tell me the equation you have, and then tell me your right answer.
So x squared y, 4y cubed z, 5zk.
Okay. And then what was your r? I'm guessing it was just r cosine theta, r sine theta, r.
R cosine 0, or no, r cosine theta, r sine theta, rk.
Okay, and then what was your correct answer?
And then 0 r4, 0 to 2 pi.
Wait. What was your correct answer?
Negative 64 pi.
Did you say negative 64 over pi?
No, negative 64 times pi.
Yeah.
Gosh, I keep getting something so different. I'm probably just gonna go. I don't know. I keep getting positive 4 pi. I know I'm missing something somewhere, but
Supposed to be negative. Why did I not write this down? Trying to find in my calculator.
all right. I'm gonna try that. I'll be the guinea pig.
Are you submitting it?
I'm gonna submit it. Yeah, I gotta run over to my grandparents, but I think
So did anybody look and verify, like next week I can look. We can work on the test together next week, right?
I believe so. Yes. Oh no. Okay, so the last one is wrong.
So next week, do you think you need more than an hour to do the test?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
How come?
Because science.
No. I'm not asking why you would need more than an hour, but I guess why is he asking you? Brady, why do you?
Well, they take me like 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, don't you judge me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, guys, it's gonna take longer than an
I took
hour.
time, bro. Gosh, like, I'm sorry.
It only takes me 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, holy cow. Like,
Did you answer?
I'm sorry, I'm such a drag. Holy cow.
Oh man. Okay, well, I might have to jet, but the group quiz, we got the first two right. Last one, negative 64 pi is wrong. There is a negative and there is a pi.
Yeah, there's supposed to be.
So, but we can do next week's test together then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we can just text and decide on a group or whatever. You guys want to carve out a couple hours, 3 hours to do it?
I feel like it better be at least 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I think I know what the answer might be. I think It might
That's
be.
like calculating.
I'm gonna try it. I'll be the second guinea pig, but I think I found what I did before. So you said that the first two answers are correct.
First two are correct.
All right, cool. Let me try this. Oh no, I got it wrong.
Dang.
Dang it. Ah.
But
So, the equation that Brady had from his homework, negative 64 or 64 is 4 to the third power. And I just tried it because we had. Oh wait, yeah, because we had. What did we have in this problem that we just did?
But we even have
We had
different bounds.
What?
But we even have different bounds.
Yeah, there was some. I can't remember the connection, but now that I did it, I'm gonna go and try and see the connection if maybe I can help you guys out. What number was that in the homework? 5. Oh, it's not one.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm sure I'll have questions about quiz corrections or something, but thanks for the help.
Sounds good. Oh, I haven't even looked at my quiz.
Have a good weekend. Let's
you too.
not fail next week, I guess. Okay, perfect. I submitted. All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Hold on.
I cannot.
So
I can't figure out what they're doing.
the homework had it's actually divided by something at the very end, but I found the correlation. So that's okay. I found the pattern. It's so doesn't matter like what your equation is in Jazz. In the very end, you're going to be taking the integral. The last integral is going to give you negative. It's going to give you negative pi r to the fourth over 4. And it's going to be going from 0 to 0 to 2 for us. It's going to be going from your whatever your radius is going to, like whatever your r is going to. Yeah, that's what I did.
Negative 4 pi.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's going to be it. So 2 to the power of 4 is negative 16 over 4. So negative pi fourths? Or negative pi 4? Negative 4 pi? Yeah.
It's negative 4 pi, right?
Yeah, negative 4 pi I think is what it's going to be.
Okay.
Well, mine said that was right.
Ha! I win!
Good job.
I'm sorry. I kind of break the rule, I think. So yeah, I don't know why, but I look for that like all the time in homework. I look for like these different patterns and stuff that they have because sometimes they're on the exam too. But, like if something has a certain like appearance, it has the exact same thing every time, and it's really funny. But I don't think it's right when you go about life, but it works. Oh shoot. Okay.
What quiz are we supposed to be going over?
I think it was 10.
10, yeah.
Does anybody have any questions?
I think I got 100 on that one.
We're not all as successful as you.
Oh, false.
Yeah, I don't really need to go over it.
Hang on. I don't actually. I'm gonna check my grade really quick. I don't really remember what I got.
Which quiz were we supposed to submit this week?
What?
I can never remember. Are we on week 12 now?
Mm-hmm.
So week 12.
Oh, I didn't score well on week 10 first. Hang on, let me go look at it. I haven't looked at it yet.
I'm confused.
Week 10.
Have either of you guys looked at the last tech project?
Huh?
Have either of you looked at the last tech project?
No.
I can't get it to work.
Really?
All the equations are broken. I couldn't get any of them. Maybe one or two.
Ooh.
I don't know if he got mad at me, but he like put exclamation points on one of these things.
On like a feedback list?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I can hardly see what he wrote too. Um,
On like your quiz or
yeah, like on my quiz, it just says, I don't know. I don't even know what it says.
well, he keeps giving me 50s on him for using my TI-36. So I don't really care.
I can't even see it. I don't know what he's trying to say. It says like,
Share your screen. I want to see it.
can you see that?
Shape vocab?
So it's a 3D shape, so use 3D vocab.
Is that what it's saying? Did I just totally mess up on it?
3D shape, so 3D vocab.
Oh, guys, I think I like literally forgot to describe the shape.
Oh.
I like didn't describe it. I just solved.
Yep.
Ah, why? What even, Steven? That's really funny. Okay.
Are we done with quizzes?
We don't have any more group quizzes.
Okay, and we have one more quiz, like individual quiz.
I think one or two.
Yeah.
There's only one spot for one left in iLearn.
Oh, really?
Mm.
How did y'all describe the shape on that part B?
So I
Of which
4.
forgot to do my quiz.
Ooh.
I did it the next day, and I did like 5 of them, 5 of the problems, and then just submitted it. I don't know if he was even going to accept late work. Yeah.
On 4B, I described it. I said, f will have a minimum value of 0 at the point 0, 0. At 0, 0 lies the minimum value of an elliptical paraboloid.
Elliptic what? I'm sorry, say that again.
An elliptical paraboloid.
Oh, elliptical. Okay. I don't know why, but I thought you said elliptic, like, old. Or, I don't know. I thought you said something between there. I was like, what? What are these new words? Okay. I was really concerned. Looks like I didn't do too well on this one. I actually messed up quite a bit. He took off 10 points right here. 5. I don't know what I did wrong there. Oh, that was bad.
On the quiz you guys just did, was like the one where it asked you to rewrite the integral, the order. Was that problem messed up?
Yes.
I didn't know how to solve it. I was so confused. I didn't
Like
like.
it
Yeah.
wasn't.
So
It had a Y in the Y bounds.
right. So if you looked back on like the iLearn page, and did not click on the print friendly version, it had the DX and the DY switched.
Oh. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, because I like put question marks on it. I'm like, bro, Haim, I don't know how to do this.
You can't.
It doesn't work. Yeah, I honestly, I'll probably have some questions for you guys about 11. I did most of them, but there was a few where I got confused on it.
So I went and talked to a tutor today about
Mhm.
like the triple integrals there, and they're just like, well, you have to graph it in your 89 to see it, and I'm like, we're not allowed to use 89s, and they're like, well, you can't do this class without the 89. So nobody there knew how to do any of the 13 homework without the 89.
You're already on week 13?
I just went through today and did all the rest of the homework for the class. So I no longer have to go into my math lab.
Okay, how do you do it so fast? Because it takes me like over an hour to do like one problem sometimes.
So it depends. Like if I'm just learning how to do them, I'm checking Symbol Lab right away to make sure that I have my bound set up, because this is totally just an exercise in getting your bounds set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to figure out like my Z limits and then my Y limits. It depends on the problem, but then I just stick it in Symbol Lab and see if I have the right answer, because that's the only way to check. Because they're easy. Most of these problems are really easy if you have the bounds right.
Yeah, see, I've actually that's been my problem is just finding the balance. Like that's where I mess up. You know, like I just I overthink or mess up or something. And I'm like, what in the world?
Hmm.
Jessica, could you send me a picture of your chapter 10 quiz?
I can.
That'd be
Here, let's see. I will just email you my PDF.
yeah, that'd be great. Because you said you got 100 on it. Did you say that? You said that, right?
Yeah, I did. Sorry. Yeah.
You did.
Of course she did.
I know, little Miss Perfect over
Why are you
here.
asking?
No,
No,
I'm so behind this week.
I got way behind over the break.
Yeah, me too.
I studied a lot for the test by just going over the quizzes, and that test was so much harder than the quizzes.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I freaking I worked till 2 a.m. Like I didn't study at all over the weekend. I just studied like Monday, Tuesday, and like Wednesday.
Let's see. This is home on my page.
So I've got a lab I need to submit, so I'm going to take off.
Okay.
Yeah, let's figure out a time to try to do that test next week sometime.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I took off like because of this class. I took off like the next week and a half for 2 weeks of work. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. Like
I wish I
was-
could take off my other 4 classes for a week.
yeah, yeah. No, I just got really, kind of really fed up with everything. And my schedule is so crazy. I just never know like when I can do homework or not. So I was like, nope. All right, I'm just taking a break. But yeah, so
Okay.
like pretty much now.
Well, I'm going to take off.
All right.
Thanks for the help. There.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to like pull up my chapter 10 quiz.
No, you're good.
That is
You're
being
totally fine.
slow.
You're totally fine. You're totally fine. I mean, you can send it to me like later if you want. I know that'd be easier for you.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, composed to Sawyer. Okay.
You wouldn't want to do like lesson 4 homework, would you?
Lesson 4 homework yet.
That's legit.
I I am still working on lesson 2's homework.
I would be. I didn't ask him to reopen it, honestly, because I don't know if he would, because I had an excuse, but last time he kind of harped on me for my excuse, and I was like, dude,
Really?
like, yeah, I was like, it's not my fault that you're giving, like, it's not just like I don't know, I'm like, dude, it's not just me, like everybody, like these homework assignments you're giving us are taking some of us like up to 10 hours to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's taking like all of us that much time. Like it's not just me. Like, and I don't have that
Right.
much time. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't. Like, it's not
Mhm.
it's not supposed to take that much time. It's supposed to take like 3 to 4 hours a day. Like that's all. And yeah, no, I was actually gonna tell you guys. I forgot to tell you guys. I'm thinking about calling the math department like about this class,
Oh
just
yeah.
because like I feel like somebody needs to be told, and I feel like that little thing at the end of the semester isn't gonna be enough. And
Mhm.
but I was gonna like encourage you guys because I know we're all kind of disappointed in this class a bit. I was gonna encourage you guys to try and be like really honest on that last like survey thing because like
Mhm.
I'm not blaming our teacher, but I just like the videos are not sufficient. You know what I mean? Like
No.
they're really
Mhm.
not, and
Mhm.
like the homework assignments are insane. And like if there isn't an example, like I don't learn. Like I don't learn if there's not examples.
Right.
And I don't know, it's crazy. And the whole like not being able to use our TI-89 thing, that's definitely like I there was teachers on campus that told me I was gonna be able to use the TI-89.
Mhm.
So it's just yeah, it's really strange and it's wild.
Yeah.
It's really wild. But,
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna have to email him and ask him to open lesson 3 and 4 for me. So I hope he doesn't get mad at me for asking that. But I just like, with working full time, like I cannot keep up.
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to like I took a sick day to catch up and I'm still behind.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, girl, when you told me that you took a sick day, I was like, okay, like that is honestly when you told me that that's like what put me over the edge, and I was like, a freaking high school math teacher should not having to take a sick day from work to catch up on this. Like that is
Right.
ridiculous. Like that is so wrong. Like that's wrong.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and of course, I'm home right now from
Mhm.
school, so like I've like told my mom, I'm gonna freaking kill this class. And he told me, she's like, sorry, like you need to get your group and like tell the school because they probably like I doubt this class is supposed to be this way, but if you guys won't say anything, then nothing's gonna change. I'm
Yeah.
like, but it's just
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
that's why I every time I'm home from school, I have a little like goal, for amount of money to make or whatever. And I hit my goal like a few weeks ago. And
Oh.
so I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna take these 2 weeks off. I'm gonna finish this class, and then I'm gonna, work like crazy. But yeah, I'm a server, and so our hours are so, they're like crazy, and you work doubles and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I can't, I literally can't do it.
Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I better start working on the lessons that I haven't finished. See if what I can get done by 11.
Yay! Yeah.
So-
No, yeah. I didn't even I didn't really even take notes for lesson 2. Like I have lesson 1, 3, and 4 notes, but like I didn't even take notes for lesson 2. I just studied on Monday and Tuesday. Like I
Yeah.
haven't stopped doing the homework. I'm like I can't. Like
Mhm.
I studied.
Yeah. Kind of ridiculous. Well, did you get that message? I sent it. with the test in it,
Um,
or the quiz, not the test.
yes, I have it. There it is.
Okay, good.
All right. If you want to complain at all, just let me know.
Okay,
Cool.
sounds good. I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling crushed by this.
Oh no, I think all of us are. Yeah, that worries me about next week too. I mean, doing triple integrals without a calculator definitely, or without a TI-89.
Yeah.
What's the website that y'all use? I keep hearing y'all use a website, and I don't
I think they say they use Symbol Lab.
know it. Symbol Lab. Okay.
Yeah. Like symbol and then lab, only I think there's just one L.
Okay. And what do you use?
I use my 89, or I just, yeah, I should probably use that more often because I'm spending a ton of time on the homework.
No. Well, yeah. Well, I know what you mean because I have mine, but I feel bad using it because then when I get to the exam, I don't have practice.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Can you set up a double integral on these? Like I know you can. I'm guessing. Or do you just do one integral at a time?
Well, I have been doing one integral at a time, but I think I know how to do the double integrals on here.
Well, you just have to like keep your bounds right. Like you just have to integral.
Yeah. Sweet. Yep. It'll do double integrals. So
Right.
that's happy. I wonder if it'll do integrals. Let's try it. Yep, it'll do triple integrals.
Yay! Okay, wait. How did you set that up?
I went to F3, and then I just went to integrate,
Okay.
and then I did that 2 more times so that there's 3 integral signs.
Okay.
And then I just did something random, like I don't know, X. And then comma, and then X to say that we're integrating in terms of X. Comma, and then I set bounds from like 1 to 3, so 1, 3.
Okay.
Then I closed the parenthesis, and then I put a comma and did Y to say we're integrating in terms of Y, and then I just set 2 more bounds. And then I just did Z, and then I set 2 more bounds. And then I closed parenthesis and pressed enter. Only I guess I'm not supposed to put a comma before those things. Oh, I didn't put a parenthesis somewhere. There we go. Yep. Yay.
I'm on number 6 out of 8 on lesson 4.
Okay.
It's insane.
All right. Well, good luck.
Yeah, make sure to just look at the examples for lesson 4 because once you do those, that what we did in the quiz will make a lot of sense. A lot more sense.
Okay.
You just gotta get that done.
Thank you for helping me and explaining things.
Yeah, I'm sorry for doing terribly.
No, good.
All right.
All right.
We'll talk-
See ya.